In this video, we're going to be giving you an update on some of the most memorable couples from 90 Day Fiance. From near-death experiences with Alexei and Loren, to a harrowing ordeal with Omar and Avery, and a saucy revelation in the love story of Josh and Aika. And of course, this wouldn't be 90 Day Fiance if there wasn't at least a few divorces, some cheating scandals, and some former best friends falling out in spectacular fashion. Let's dive in. Lisa and Usman. 52-year-old Lisa and 30-year-old Usman were a strange pair from the get-go. We saw the two argue constantly over Lisa's controlling behaviour and jealousy. Usman already had an established music career in Nigeria, going by the stage name Soja Boy, and the rapper often had female fans in his DMs, an issue that only got worse as his popularity on the show grew.
They're thirsty women dying for his attention. The women do make comments like, "This is my husband, I want you, I love you." No, that's not flying with me. Marianne, who is she? We're gonna snap this and I'm gonna send it to him. I wanna know who she is.
It was clear from very early on that Lisa was worried Usman was only using her to grow his music career, something which he didn't exactly deny. And despite getting married, shock horror, their marriage didn't last. Sparks flew in the reunion episode of 90 Day Fiance when Usman said that Lisa had used racial slurs against him and called him the N-word. TLC cut the final footage, but it subsequently leaked online.
Oh, Lisa, last week, Lisa, you called me which I know it is totally inappropriate in America. But you call me I don't even get angry about that because I'm used to the way how you are behaving.
Lisa tried to claim that she only used the word out of context and out of stupidity. She apologised to her husband, who accepted, but she also revealed that she'd received death threats over the issue from people online and that the backlash resulted in fans of the show starting a petition to get her fired. And despite being in filming at the time for yet another 90 Day Fiance spin-off, this one about how spouses react to social media backlash, TLC listened to fans and confirmed that they'll no longer be working with Lisa, which turns out is the same for Usman too. After confirming via Instagram that he will absolutely definitely not be working with Lisa to resolve their relationship issues and will not get back with Lisa under any circumstances, he then blocked her, called her an old woman and called her a criminal. But in what turned out to be a back and forth that rivaled even the Wimbledon greats, after Usman's flat-out denial of ever getting back together, Lisa hinted that there might still be hope for the couple. Fans just needed to, quote, wait and see. A few days later, however, she had a complete change of heart, slamming Usman's bedroom skills, claiming he was just using her, and saying, quote, "He used me. He married me just to be on a TV show so that people would recognise his name to sell his music." Usman fired back by saying he only married her because he, quote, pitied her, and saying that if he really was a scammer, he would have, quote, targeted someone who is rich.
If she say I scam her, I don't see what to scam about Lisa. I don't see what if really I'm a scammer, I shouldn't go for Lisa. I shouldn't go for somebody who is rich.
Usman went even further with his accusations, accusing Lisa of stealing $26,000 from him. Apparently, he'd made $26,000 from the website Cameo by selling personalised videos, but as he needed a US bank account to withdraw the funds, the money had been sent to his then-wife Lisa's account. He claims Lisa was supposed to send that money to him, but she never did. Lisa denies this, and her side of the story is that she gave him $11,000 of that money and will give him the rest after she's paid taxes, as the cheque was made out in her name, so she'll be taxed for it. She also claims that, in any case, she, quote, loaned way above that amount to Usman during the course of their relationship. These days, Lisa seems to be enjoying the company of a new man, who she's referred to as Baby Boy, although his identity is still unknown. She also burnt her wedding dress on their first anniversary, which, totally proves that she's over him. At the time of recording this, Usman and Lisa are still legally married, as their divorce has yet to be finalised. However, Usman has stated that it's just a formality at this stage, and the delays are due to the fact that divorce in Nigeria can be a lengthy process, not helped by the current coronavirus delays. He's keeping himself occupied too with his music and also with sending flirty messages to another 90 Day Fiance cast member, Brittany Banks. He's been pictured leaving comments such as "cute baby girl" with heart-eyed emojis on some of her Instagram posts. There's no word yet if Brittany is ready to jump into this fire, but what do you think? Would Brittany and Usman make a good couple? Let me know your thoughts down below. Omar and Avery. Omar and Avery had quite the storyline. 20-year-old Avery was born and raised in America to Christian parents, but converted to Islam when she was in her teens.
I converted to Islam 6 months ago. I've been through a big change. I was an all-American girl, you know. I went homecoming queen twice. And then I was partying, you know. I was doing the typical American girl life, but I really felt like that wasn't me.
She met Omar on a Muslim dating app, and Omar proposed by sending Avery an engagement ring in the mail. Omar and his family were actually from Syria, but given the unsafe nature of the country and the US travel ban there, the pair decided that their first face-to-face meeting and their wedding should be in neighbouring Lebanon instead. As you can imagine, Avery's desire to marry Omar didn't go down well with her American parents, who weren't shy when it came to expressing their concerns, especially over her safety.
Are you sure you want to do this?
Yeah, of course.
This is your last chance to back out.
No, I want to. She seems a little different. She's trying to make me doubt him. I'm not happy my mom's here telling me these things the night before I get married.
Have you ever thought that he might have been using you for a visa?
Nonetheless, the wedding did indeed go ahead and the pair are still married. However, it hasn't been smooth sailing by any means. Despite applying for a spousal visa to allow Omar to enter the USA, the fact that the US currently has a travel ban against Syria, the country where he lives, means it will be extremely difficult for the application to get approved. By Avery's own admission, she claims the likelihood stands at, quote, less than a 5% chance. If Omar can't make it to America, their plan is to move either to Canada, the United Arab Emirates, or Kuwait, but if the problems in Syria improve, she'd also be willing to move there. For now, Avery is back at her parents' home in Columbus, Ohio, as she needs to spend the majority of the year in America, given that she's sponsoring Omar's visa application. The pair remain in constant contact, apparently talking for 2 or 3 hours every single day on FaceTime. These two might also be the cleverest ever to have appeared on 90 Day Fiance. I mean, Avery is currently getting her degree in healthcare management and also attends another Muslim school to learn Arabic and more about Islam, while Omar already has a degree in dentistry but is now in a school for periodontology, which, if you don't know, I didn't, is a specialist form of dentistry which looks at diseases that affect teeth. Unfortunately, since her conversion to Islam and since she started wearing a headscarf, Avery claims that she's received a lot of harassment and discrimination. In a powerful Twitter post, she revealed that a trip to her local Walmart store resulted in racist taunts being directed at her from, in her own words, quote, trash Trump supporters. She stated, quote, I went to Walmart today and 2 workers were right beside me. They began talking about how America isn't how it used to be and how Trump needs to take out the trash and looked at me. They assumed I didn't speak English, and so they pointed at me and said, do you think she can afford any of that? And the other one said, maybe with her welfare check from our taxes. Avery soon had enough and called them out on their behaviour, adding, quote, they tried to kiss my butt and they no longer have jobs. Trump didn't need to take out the trash because I did. It's funny now because they will be living off of welfare with my tax dollars. Avery has also confessed that when they move in together, she and Omar are planning to have at least 3 kids, and they've already picked out suitable Arabic names that her family will also be able to pronounce. Speaking of babies, Josh and Aika. So, one couple that's fared considerably better than most is Josh and Aika. 43-year-old Josh from Arizona had already been married twice and had 2 children who he didn't speak to. He met 36-year-old Aika from the Philippines after matching on a dating app. The major thorn in this couple's love nest was always the issue of Josh's vasectomy and his unwillingness to start a new family. Josh had had a vasectomy 15 years ago, and while he was honest about it from the get-go, that didn't sit well with Aika, as she was ready to start a family of her own.
Aika wants kids. That's her whole goal. That's why she came here. But she's kind of forgetting about the one huge problem I have in that equation. And I was fixed in my 20s after I had my kids.
I mean, one reason why you had vasectomy, I mean, in Philippines, it's losing manhood.
I thought I was done, so I was
It's
like,
the biggest
okay,
mistake you ever do in your life.
Before tying the knot, the two met with doctors to discuss having Josh's vasectomy reversed, only to find out that Aika is the one who should be worried. At 36 years old, the doctor pointed out that Aika's fertility chances were dropping.
After vasectomy reversal, the thing is, your clock is what we need to worry about. It all depends on women's age.
Oh.
The biological clock of women does not wait for your life.
So, the couple took the step of having Aika's eggs frozen, and since their marriage, they've also reported that Josh has had his vasectomy reversed. While there's no announcements about babies just yet, it definitely seems like it's on the cards, and it's something the pair are planning for.
And reality too is we were going to have kids. If not, then I'm seriously be out of your life.
For now, the Travel Addicts run their joint Instagram account and YouTube channels, which are dedicated to documenting their road trips and their romantic adventures. Moving on to Aladin and Laura. We met 51-year-old Laura and her 29-year-old toy boy Tunisian fiance Aladin back on the first season of 90 Day Fiance The Other Way. Our journey with the pair saw them arguing about sex toys, Laura claiming that Aladin is homosexual, Laura having her pension cut and running out of money, and Aladin saying that Laura repeatedly manipulated him, broke his trust, and humiliated him publicly.
What's this?
Sex toy?
What the I feel like disrespect when she give me this. I can be enough for 10 like Laura.
In what was one of the shortest marriages on 90 Day history, within 6 weeks of getting married in Tunisia, the pair had split up. And although it did take a few months for their divorce to go through, they are now officially divorced. Laura's son is certainly happy. Viewers got to see a worried, heartbroken Liam O'Toole try to look out for his mum when she pretty much abandoned him in order to move to Qatar. Liam remained pleasant, but ultimately his concerns turned out to be well-founded.
So what is your suggestion then?
My suggestion, you blow it all off. This isn't going to work out. You always end up in bad relationships with bad men, all right? And Aladin is no different.
What complicated matters was that during the divorce proceedings, all paperwork was in Arabic, and Laura was afraid to sign any documents, fearing that anything she agreed to would end up being detrimental to her or costing her money. But she shouldn't have worried, because under the terms of their divorce agreement, Aladin has to pay her a monthly allowance of, wait for it, a whopping $30. Laura says she's yet to receive a cent of his money, but that, quote, he can keep his $30, I think he needs it more than me. Both of them seem to move on quickly. Laura has been talking to Tony, a 25-year-old dental college student from California. And as for Aladin, he got engaged while he was still married to Laura. Laura had already voiced her suspicions about Aladin being unfaithful during their relationship, which seems reasonable as even before his divorce had been finalised, he was already engaged to a new woman. All we know about his new love, Maria Telebi, is that she's a single mum from Sweden. Her social media accounts are private, and while Aladin has posted ample pictures of his gym routine, he's yet to put anything of Maria up yet. And one more strange thing, Laura's Instagram name still has Aladin's surname. It might be because of the recognition her name now has, or maybe she's still holding on to something there. Only time will tell. One thing that is pretty clear, however, is that Laura and former Friends and 90 Day Fiance stars Evelyn and Corey won't be having a drink together anytime soon. The former friends have fallen out in spectacular fashion, trading very public insults. It all started after Laura's split from Aladin when, having no home to go to, Evelyn invited her to come and spend some time with them in Ecuador, apparently even helping to pay for the trip. After outstaying her welcome at Evelyn's home, Laura apparently moved into her own apartment, and because of her financial troubles, there were even plans for Corey to move in with Laura so that they could split the rent. However, those plans were shelved after Laura started interfering in Evelyn and Corey's relationship, even sharing things about them online behind their backs. Things like their marriage problems, Corey's DUI arrest, or accusations that Corey was doing drugs. And as you can imagine, Evelyn and Corey weren't too happy about all these revelations from someone they thought they trusted, who they'd helped out, given a place to stay, and even wined and dined free of charge. Things turned so sour that at one point, Corey even threatened legal action against her if she continued to talk about them.
If you say anything about me again, I mean anything at all, publicly, I'm pressing charges against you.
Evelyn was equally angry, accusing Laura of constantly talking about her so that she could use her name and stay in the limelight. So it certainly seems like these once friends are no longer friendly anymore. If you'd like to know more about the messy and confusing Evelyn and Corey relationship, I'd include a link to that update video where I cover all of that drama at the end of this video. Now, before we move on to the drama and multiple near-death experiences of Alexei and Loren, I just need to double check. Have you hit that like button yet? These videos take me a long time to research, write, and to edit. So if you're enjoying them, taking 2 seconds to click your mouse goes a really long way and lets me know that you're enjoying what you see. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, hit that red button right now and let's make this official, shall we? Okay, moving on. We've saved the best for last, Alexei and Loren. Alexei from Israel and Loren from Florida seemed like the perfect fit, but like every 90 Day Fiance couple, green card issues proved a major hurdle in their quest for happily ever after. The pair first met in Israel when Loren travelled there for her birthright trip, and it was clear to all that although they were quite a lively couple, they had a very strong bond. However, Alexei was devastated when he discovered it could take up to 13 years to permanently bring his brother to America from Israel. This didn't go down well with Alexei's parents, who admitted that they wouldn't be joining him in America if his brother wasn't granted citizenship as well. Despite family infighting and Loren's emotional reveal to Alexei's family about her Tourette syndrome, the wedding went ahead. However, a heated argument just hours before kind of put a dampener on it.
Well, I did the best I could too, Loren. I was about to say, I know you did too. Yeah, but that's not what you said.
But you didn't, you just cut me off.
Because a second ago you said it's all your fault.
Do not put this on TV. I'll seriously rip your off. This is not happening.
Where are you going?
Away from you.
Okay.
As for right now, Alexei is still waiting for his family to get the necessary clearance in order to join him in America, though he himself has at least passed his American citizenship test. Taking to Instagram to share the news, Loren said, quote, "After years of applications, waiting, hard work and patience, Alexei got approved to be a US citizen." In April 2020, they also welcomed their first child, Shai, and they've been open about wanting more, with Loren apparently wanting 2 kids, Alexei wanting 4, and the pair compromising on 3. By her own admission, Loren struggled with postpartum depression after Shai's birth, but she's much better now, and there's actually rumours at the moment she may currently be pregnant with their second child. The rumours have been fueled by her cryptic response on social media when asked if there were plans for another baby soon, and in addition to this, in recent Pillow Talk episodes, she's not been drinking alcohol like she usually does. Who knows, they've yet to confirm anything, but that said, after the traumatic birth of baby Shai, she might be forgiven for wanting to wait a little longer. Shai had to be delivered earlier than planned by an emergency C-section after doctors discovered he had a knot tied in his umbilical cord, which actually put his life in danger. After his birth, Loren wasn't able to see him for the first 24 hours of his life. And that isn't the only life and death situation that the couple have found themselves in. Just 1 month before baby Shai's birth, while the pair were on vacation in the Bahamas, Alexei apparently saved an intoxicated man's life after spotting him struggling to swim in the ocean. Loren posted an angry/proud message about the incident, explaining that Alexei dived in and, quote, dragged out his unconscious body while his friends did nothing. She added, "We were meant to be at this beach at this exact time because if not, who knows what could have happened. My husband saved a man's life today, and I couldn't be more proud, yet not surprised at the same time. Given that Alexei worked as a paramedic in Israel, it's no surprise his emergency response training kicked in and he jumped into action, but it's certainly no less impressive. Speaking of impressive, don't forget to check out the video that's on screen now for the crazy update on all the Evelyn and Corey drama. It's a good one. Thank you for watching, catch you on the next video.